Hello and welcome back to another episode 14 already. We're blazing through the season. It's been an exciting season so far, a lot of victories, a lot of interesting races, and we want to continue this in this episode as well. Last episode we did some 2.1 races and 1.1 races, and on the menu today is even more of that. So let's quickly start this episode off with the International Tour of Hellas, a 2.1 race as you can see, and a time trial at the beginning. Again, we've seen that 2.1 races and time trials are quite difficult. How will we perform in this one? We'll have to see. Other than that, 4 flat stages, which means that these would be the perfect opportunity for our sprinters. We do have a bunch of good sprinters as well, so yeah, the combination of this should make for a good result here in this tour. Next up, we have the Volta NXT Classic, a hilly 1.1 race. Again, the hill races are quite tricky. We've seen that last episode as well. And this time it's a 1.1 race, so all the top teams will be participating in this one. It will make our life very, very difficult, but we'll do our best. Let's see how we'll do in this one. Next up, we have the Tour of Hainan, and this will be the last race of our episode. A 2-point pro race, however, so adding on to the 2.1, the 1.1, and now also a 2-point pro race, which means that this will be a 5-stage, very difficult 5-stage tour. 2 hilly sections or 2 hilly races here in this tour, 3 flat ones. The flat ones seem perfect for our sprinters. Even the fourth one seems perfect for our sprinters as it is downhill. But the second one is uphill in the finish, and that will be one for the climbers. Let's quickly go to the first stage here of the International Tour of Hellas, where I honestly did not pick my team correctly. Obviously a time trial here, which means that we should have picked our time trialists, which probably would have been Fietzke or Cole or maybe Fedeti, right? Those time trialists that are pretty decent here. And yeah, as you can see here in the classification, if we did well, it would have shown how well of a time trial we did here. But even Fedeti getting to a 48th position at best, 1 minute behind the number 1. Savakovsky also 1 minute behind. Kral Christoph, 1 minute and 30 seconds behind, if not more. So, starting this race off with a 1.5 minute deficit with Kral Christoph, a race that is supposed to be flat. Maybe we can come back here in these other races, but a terrible start here in this 2.1 tour that we're doing. A tour where our hopes would be rather high. Let's see if we can restore this in the second stage. It's supposed to be a flat one, but it seems quite hilly, to be honest. Flat towards the end, though.
Welcome. It's going to be a monotonous day when it comes to the terrain, but at least the teams with sprinters won't be complaining. And, of course, those opportunists with a bit of daring won't make their life easy.
Are we daring? I am unsure. There are in-between hill points available for us, and there are in-between sprint points available for us. Maybe if I can do something here with one of our riders in the breakaway, we are quite behind. Maybe if I can get some additional bonus seconds, this would be great for us. I would like to send away Fedeti, but because he is the rider that is, in front the most, he is the best positioned rider for us in general classification, but he's so far back in the peloton that I have to send out Van Strijtem, who is in 100th position, 2 minutes behind the lead. Let's try and send him out. He's not much of a climber. He does have pretty good statistics today, but maybe we can get across these mountains relatively well and fight for those in-between sprint points and sprint bonus seconds. In the meantime, with Savakovsky and with Kral Christoph will stay defended. They are our main sprinters, so let's see. Van Strijtem here, fighting here in this in-between sprint point, getting across the line here as first. 3 bonus points, and I would say 3 bonus seconds, but these Greek races always have a weird surprise, and that there are and the surprise for today is that there are 0 bonus seconds in any of these stages available for us. So what we're doing here is basically racing for points, and I did not see this, so you see me hovering over them and going, excuse me, points? Where are the bonus seconds? They are not here. So that's frustrating. That means that also those bonus seconds don't really matter for us. In the meantime, we go towards the end of this stage. We are getting across the line here as first with Matthijs van Strijtem. He is currently the best rider in the mountain classification, thanks to his first race or first place here in this second in-between hill point. Now let's focus on the finish line. 20 kilometers left to go, and we are basically booking it downhill. You see some in-between hills as well, and that's basically where I want to make a difference. I want to make want to break the peloton apart, and you see that Kim Hyun-sok took that for most of his part. He pushed the peloton as much as possible, tried to break it apart. We do have some stragglers left behind, but sadly Kim Hyun-sok and Van Strijtem are both riders that are struggling at the moment. A downhill finish, a slight flattening towards the end. That means that if we go downhill here, we don't have a lot of loss of energy, which means that Van Strijtem can do a long lead out, handing it over now to Ferretti. Let's see what we can do here with KoRail and Sapkowski. 3 kilometers left to go. It is starting to become a bit cornery and streety. That means that it is more tricky for our riders. That means we need to pay a bit better attention to how things are going. Yo now with the final lead out 1 kilometer before the finish line. I sprint very late. You see a lot of the other riders already out ahead. Sapkowski and KoRail try to sprint forward as much as possible. Can we break up the group? The group is not breaking apart at all. And we do not finish even in the top 10 here with our riders. Severi 13th, KoRail here in 14th. Not the best start here also of the second stage. We wanted to improve our position. We wanted to win here. Maybe get some points, maybe get some bonus seconds. But sadly, these in-between points, or in-between sprint points, do not have any bonus seconds. And then there is not too much of a point for us to really go for it. We want to move up here in the GC. We want to show what we got. We do it slightly. We gain a position here and there with our riders. You see KoRail moving up 4 points or 4 places. The rest of our team also moving up a couple of places. A lot of riders that are in the breakaway fell behind. But yeah, for us, this doesn't really move us up too much towards that number 1 spot. And that is what we really want to go for. On to the third stage. Another flat stage, categorized as at least, but look at the hills here, look at the climb here in the beginning of this stage. This will be brutal.
Welcome. It's going to be a monotonous day when it comes to the terrain, but at least the teams with sprinters won't be complaining, and of course, those opportunists with a bit of daring won't make their life easy.
Well, I mean, we went out last stage with Van Strijtem. He is our mountain king at the moment. Let's see if we can defend that jersey. Again, he's not much of a climber, so the best we can do is try, I guess. So I send him out here in the breakaway. I do not think they will get there all the way to the end. It would be great if we can defend the mountain jersey. The points jersey is with us as well. But yeah, we'll just have to try and see. Kim Hyun-sok, fantastic stats here today, +3 for him. And as usual, we will defend KoRail and Severi here in the peloton, and from there on we'll just kind of see if we can make it towards the end and do another great sprint. 10 kilometers here left to go. You see I skipped the entire mountain part. You see the slaughter that it did on my riders. Jon exhausted, Van Strijtem exhausted, Kim Hyun-sok here now trying to lead out as best as possible. 9 kilometers left to go, but he is also running on his last bits of energy. Even with his fantastic stats here today, his resilience and stamina is +7. That is an insane statistic here for him. So he has done incredibly well here, trying to position us or trying to keep us as much to the front here as possible. Need to conserve as much energy as possible. 5 kilometers left to go. I want to keep Ferretti and the rest of our lead-out train for as long as possible. Try to make sure that we get positioned really well. Ferretti moves us up very nicely here towards the front of the peloton. 3 kilometers left to go. Some riders already seem to be really sprinting and really going for it. They're really pushing here towards the finish line. A little bit over a kilometer to go. I sprint with Severi. KoRail going out as well. Can we get across the line here first? No, the rider jumps from KoRail's wheel. KoRail, however, will definitely get across the line here as second. A second place here for Christoph KoRail. Sapkowski getting across the line here as third as well. A second and third place here in this 2.1 race. Something that I would normally be extremely excited and happy about if it was not that we are still very poorly positioned in the general classification. Either way, additional points, additional seconds here for us getting that second and third place. So maybe it will move us up a bunch. We'll have to see. The rest of our team moving across the line a little bit later. Van Strijdom here, 2.5 minutes behind the peloton as well. Oof, this was a very tough race for him. Really tried to do his haul here in these mountains, but the breakaway really did not work together, and Matthijs did not manage to get any additional points. You see him drop down from, or you see him now 4th in the points classification, dropping down here in the mountain classification, losing his number 1 position, now on 3rd. So very, very tough race here for us and for our team. Even though we did get a 2nd and 3rd place, Savakovsky moves up 6 places, 1 minute still behind the number 1. So very difficult for us. Fedeti still in the same position, thankfully. KoRail also moving up 6 positions thanks to these bonus seconds, almost 1.5 minutes or 1.5 minutes behind the number 1. To make that up towards the end of this race or towards the next, 2 or 3 stages, it will be very, very difficult to do so. Maybe we can get in the breakaway with them. Maybe we can do something with Strijdom, 4.5 minutes behind now. Gambled it to try and defend the mountain jersey. Gambled it and lost. In the meantime, Savakovsky and Christoph KoRail moving up a couple of positions, getting a 2nd and 3rd place, getting additional bonus points and some money here for us as well. So, good job by them. Let's see if we can repeat that here in this 3rd stage, another flat stage with quite a decent climb here at the beginning. Hoping that we'll survive that climb and position our riders properly here towards the finish line.
One and all. It's going to be a monotonous day when it comes to the terrain, but at least the teams with sprinters won't be complaining, and of course, those opportunists with a bit of daring won't make their life easy.
Very poor statistics for KoRail today and also for Savakovsky, our main sprinters, the 2 riders where I would bet on them doing well. Again, I want to try and sprint away here with Van Strijdom, but he's just in the bunch. He's so far in the bunch. We are unable to really do anything. I don't want to go out with Kim Jong-suk or Fedeti. There's not much of a point with doing that. So I'm going to defend Savakovsky and I'm going to defend KoRail. Even with their incredibly poor stats today, I'm hoping that they'll actually be able to still do a good sprint. 9 kilometers before the end, you see the group has split. There is a big gap here now, 20 seconds already to the front of this peloton, a peloton of 26 riders. The gap finally diminishing, and now I'm just trying to make sure that our sprint train is able to do anything. It's just a very difficult time for us here. 5 kilometers left to go. I'm just trying to organize everything as properly as possible. Less than 5 kilometers to go now. Still trying to get this lead-out train up front. You see Jon here kind of interfering, sadly. I didn't really want him to do this, but he's kind of being in the way. Van Strijdom, excellent positioning here for us. What an acceleration. It is going downhill now, as you can see. That means that our riders will have a lot of energy left. Another corner here, which I didn't really expect. KoRail with a jump from Savakovsky's wheel. Can he make it here towards the finish line? No, not again. We are being beaten towards the line here by a lot of these riders. A 5th place here for Severi. KoRail even finishing behind Oysen Fedeti. Not really the result I expected from him. He was extremely well positioned here behind the wheel of our Finnish rider, and then still did not manage to pass him. The -3 in statistics really showing here in today's sprint. Really not a good sprint by him today. Again, the peloton was together in a bunch, so our riders not really moving up here. That means that we, with 1 stage left to go, are a minute behind the number 1. Let's say a 50-second gap towards the top 10. It's going to be a big challenge to make that jump towards the top 10. Let's see here in this last or 5th and final stage, if we are able to do that, and if we're able to maybe get another podium place here with our riders. That will definitely depend on if KoRail or any of our other riders have another minus day or a bit of an off day. So we'll have to see here an overview of the teams. Obviously Alpecin, the Koning, one of the top teams here today. A lot of other pro teams here as well, and it's very cool to race against them. I just wish we were doing a bit better.
It's going to be a monotonous day when it comes to the terrain, but at least the teams with sprinters won't be complaining. And, of course, those opportunists with a bit of daring won't make their life easy.
I don't think we are the opportunists of today either. Again, you see me pressing the sprint button with Van Strijten. Maybe we can get some mountain points or steal something away. But he is just in the bunch, finally able to jump away here. But it is a futile jump, to be honest, a futile attack. He will never make it towards the finish line. His statistics today are also not good. So really a poor decision here by me. 10 kilometers before the finish line, however, you see the group has actually split up quite a bit. The yellow jersey is sadly still in here, which means that we will just try to make sure that we can beat him, maybe gain a bit on the other riders. That would be our ideal scenario, but he does have a good sprint train going on. We, however, also have a good sprint train going on, leading it with Jon, just trying to get us to the front, to be honest, and trying to get us in position. KoRail, again, with a negative modifier here today. Not really his tour, this tour. Not really doing that well so far. So yeah, it's a very tough race for us in this entire tour. Van Strijten, you see him already exhausted as well. Tried to do his best here in the breakaway, but obviously did not get towards the end. And with the difficulty of this race, is just absolutely exhausted. 3 kilometers left to go. Fietzke now leading out. We are all the way up front. We are 40 seconds behind a larger group. Maybe this will be the chance for us to actually be able to move up. 2 kilometers left to go. I sprint a little bit prematurely here with Severi. KoRail now jumping from 1 kilometer to go, and he runs out of energy way too quickly. Gets passed by everyone yet again. Not a successful sprint here by KoRail. We did not have any successful sprints here by KoRail, sadly, in this tour. We did have a decent one in, I think, the second stage, but even there, we expected a bit more by him. Getting across the line today as 14th. Let's see what this has done for us in the general classification. We do move up a lot of places with Severi, with Fietzke. You see here moving up to almost a top 30 position, sadly just out of it, 1 minute behind number 1. Christoph KoRail also moving up a bunch of positions, but a 31st position in general is our best position here today. Not really the result that we hoped for. You see here Christoph KoRail also moving up 24 spots. The rest of our riders also moving up. Van Strijten even moving up a spot here towards the end. But yeah, a poor job here by us today. Not really what we wanted, not the result that we wanted. Let's see if we can do better here in the Volta NXT Classic. A very tough Dutch race, a 1.1 race. Racing again against some of the best teams here in the world. We are obviously not part of the top 10. We do not have much of a chance here. Let's see if we can cause an upset here in this stage. Visma Lease Bike, I think this is the first time that we're really racing against them. What an exciting race, something to look forward to.
It's an undulating route, so it will be a tactical race. Very short introduction here by the commentator. Thank you, commentator. It is indeed a very tactical race. Sadly, some of our riders are not doing so great. A bit of a minus statistics. However, Fietzke, who is our classic rider, has positive statistics today, which is great, to be honest. That is exactly what we want. So we will defend him here. I do not think the breakaway will get towards the end here, but you know, it's better to make sure that we are safe and sorry. Make sure that Fietzke is protected, that J1 Jun is protected. Quite a hilly stage here, so I want to make sure that J1 Jun is protected as well. And I kind of want to try and get away here with Cole Owen. He has been developing his mountain and hill statistics quite a lot, so I'm hoping that this will benefit him quite a bit. You see a lot of riders here, a group of 4 jumping away, so I'm trying to get attached here with Cole Owen. Such a powerful attack that he almost basically flies over them. And we kind of ride away towards this preliminary group or first group rather quickly. Towards the end here, 25 kilometers left to go. Cole is still in the breakaway. You see Visma Lease Bike pushing right now. 3 of our riders are already done. Yusarang is absolutely exhausted. Kim Song-bom also done. And we are trying to close this gap here towards the front group, trying to make sure that we
are in a good position here with 22 kilometers to go. I kind of want to make sure that we have our sprint train going, and in that I'm trying to sacrifice Carpentier here, trying to get them towards Cole, to be honest. I don't think Cole will be able to actually do a final sprint here, a la, like, how do you call him, Van Aert or anyone else. So I tried to jump away here with Jae Hwan-jun. Ooh, Kevin Vermarke, big attack here by him, probably here in the front group, trying to get away, trying to make sure that he gets across these last 16 kilometers quite easily. Big attack here by Jae Hwan-jun towards this first group, still trying to bridge over. Cole is trying to basically just stick with the front group. It is a very, very hectic race. It is a very challenging race. Jae Hwan-jun also using his energy gel right now just to try and get towards this first group. Oh, a very challenging race here for us today. 15 kilometers left to go. Cole still with the front group, however, he's doing extremely well. I'm just trying to position here behind Ben Tullet if there is a sprint, and I'm hoping that there probably will be. Maybe Cole can defeat him or can get into a good position, maybe a top 5. That's what I'm hoping for. Jae Hwan-jun still trying to get towards this front group. You see it's like an accordion. The group goes away basically. It's like a big sprint and then it stops and it basically just folds in again. We are so close to reaching the back of this group. Finally we make it, and then the group sprints away again, so I need to make a move here by Fietzke. I do not want to lose this front group once again. Jae Hwan-jun is totally done, totally exhausted, and with a big attack here by Fietzke, we do manage to get towards this front group. Let's protect Fietzke as much as possible, get him in the wheel of Cole, and with 7 kilometers to go, we kind of just have to see how it does. You see here the group just kind of falling still and then going again. This seems to be how these groups are going, how this group is going. Not everyone or no one really wants to ride. People are probably absolutely exhausted, so every time they get a bit of energy, they just sprint away. Ooh, another big attack here by a large group. Will we be able to catch up with them? It's going to be a very difficult one. I sent Fietzke out to try and catch up, and we've managed to reel them back in here towards the end. What a hectic race this is. Trying to get in the wheel of Ben Tullet, making sure that if there is a sprint again, maybe Fietzke can do something. 1.5 kilometers to go. We are heading towards the finish line. The group is falling quite still here at this 1 kilometer mark. I do a big sprint here by Fietzke. Fietzke is loose from the group. Fietzke is 80 seconds ahead from the group. Can Fietzke get there? Fietzke with an unexpected win here in the NXT Classic, the Volta NXT Classic. What an incredible win here by Paul Fietzke. Getting ahead of Kevin Vermarke, getting ahead of Ben Tullet, getting ahead of Luca van Bove. So many top riders here in this group, with Paul Fietzke beating them. It must have been a fluke here. It must have been by luck. It must have been the AI not doing well or doing something weird. It doesn't matter for us. Paul Fietzke is the winner of the Volta NXT Classic. Something that I would not have said here was possible in the beginning of this episode or at the beginning of this race. What an incredible run here by Fietzke Paul. Our Classics rider proving it here in this race as well. You see here Kevin Vermarke. What an incredible statistics does this man have. Very, very good rider against Fietzke, who is only 3 points in there against the 5 of Vermarke. Cole, when coming across the line here as 28th, he was in the front group for so long, but in the end ran out of energy trying to protect Fietzke. So getting across the line here as 28th is totally fine. You see here the other riders that just kind of got left behind. Yusarang also finishing towards the bottom. But man, Fietzke Paul winning the Volta NXT Classic. What an insane result. From that amazing victory, we move on to the Tour of Hainan. Starting off here in this flat stage. One in-between sprint point, one mountain point to get. Let's see how we'll do here.
Greetings to all. Today's terrain is fairly level, so it's ideal ground for those who are good on the flat. The race will take place in beautiful sunny conditions.
At least the conditions are in our favor here today. You see Christophe Kral not with us. He is taking a bit of a break after that 1.1 race, or 2.1 race, sorry, that he was in. Breezing away here with Jae Hwan-jun. Big attack here by him because we do want that mountain point, and we want to get it with Jae Hwan-jun. He is our mountain specialist. In the meantime, we will be defending Fietzke and Van Straeten here in this race, making sure that they are doing pretty well. Hung with a minus modifier, so he will definitely not do well here in this race. Here towards the end now, 10 kilometers left to go. We'll have to figure out here if Jae Hwan-jun managed to get those bonus seconds and bonus points, or did the peloton catch up to him? Well, you have to stick around. In the meantime, our sprint train is going. Hong and Kim Sung-bong are absolutely exhausted. It will definitely be a mass sprint finish here towards the end. Jae Hwan-jun looking fresh and fruity. Probably means that he didn't make it into breakaway. Probably means that he didn't manage to get those in-between points. No worries, we'll get them later with him, I'm certain. Jae Hwan-jun is one of our top mountain riders, and he'll do well. Speaking of mountains, there's a couple of mountain hill tops there in the middle of the course. 5 kilometers left to go. He is doing our lead out now, and with a little bit left to go, we have 3 riders remaining. That is kind of perfect for us. Random fence here for us to ride into. Careful, guys. We are doing incredibly well, though. Big sprint attack here towards this left side. Van Straeten sprinting here with 1 kilometer to go. I probably should have gone a little bit earlier. There's no way for us to really catch up towards these other riders. What a very weird sprint this was. Caleb Ewan, however, fantastic sprint by him. Casebool as well. Wow, these are higher level teams than I would have expected with these incredible riders as well. Van Straeten here getting across the line as 11th, Fietzke as 15th. We have Rory Townsend in here as well as 10th, our eternal rival, winner of a World Tour race the other day here for Q.36. So it's fun to see him do reasonably well here in these stages as well. In the meantime, we have Caleb Ewan and Casebool basically dominating this first stage. I expected to do a little bit better, but, you know, there are hillier stages coming up, so maybe I can shake them off in those two. In the meantime, a 11th place here for us. No mountain points, sadly, for us as well. 14th in the general classification. Not really the result we were hoping for here in this first stage, but with competition like this, it becomes very difficult to really perform properly. So, yeah, 14th place is our best position here for us at this moment. Let's see how we'll do here in this second stage. A stage with an uphill finish. That means our mountain riders are way better here in this second stage. A good stage for Jae Hwan-jun and Fietzke, I would say.
Hello to one and all. It's an undulating route, so it will be a tactical race. It's a beautiful day today. That should be to the liking of most riders.
Another beautiful day here for us today. I'm thinking of maybe sending someone out, but I definitely don't want that to be Jae Hwan-jun or Fietzke. With this uphill climb, I want them to be as fresh and fruity as possible. Van Straeten, however, who isn't much of a mountain rider, would probably be the perfect person here. He is 14th in the general classification. He should be able to get some bonus seconds here, but he's so stuck in this peloton that it becomes very, very difficult for him to really do anything. So with that, we just skip towards the end. Van Straeten tried to get away, but there's no real chance to get away. We catch up with 2 members of the breakaway, as you can see. 8 kilometers left to go. We are starting that tough climb. Van Straeten is the leader here of our train. He is also the one that is the most exhausted. Again, not much of a climber here for us. And you see here towards the end, Kim Sung-bong, our mountain assistant, basically leading out Fietzke and Jae Hwan-jun. I think this is kind of the perfect lead-out train for this stage. We have a couple of sprinters here, just in case that we need it. But other than that, we still have Jae Hwan-jun and Fietzke here. And we can basically push up the tempo here of the peloton. 4 kilometers left to go. A bit of a downhill section before we get into that incredibly steep uphill section, the final climb with 3 kilometers left to go. Our riders are doing actually incredibly well. You see the percentage slowly but surely moving upwards up till 9% here almost. And that's where our riders will start to suffer. That's where the rest of the peloton should be able to start to suffer as well. Carpentier and Kim Hyun-sok, not the best uphill riders here as well. Kim Sung-bong taking over now. Big attack here now by Fietzke and Jae-Won-Jun. We are 500 meters here towards the end. Can we do a big sprint here towards the finish line? Yes, we can. Fietzke very easily, very clearly gets across the line here as first. The mountain rider here doing incredibly well. Han Jun-jae also getting across the line here as second. Fantastic result here by our two riders. Ooh, Case Bull, who is a sprinter, actually gets across the line here as seventh. Unexpected here, but yeah, the rest of our riders also getting across the line here relatively well. This was a day for the climbers. Paul Fietzke and Han Jun-jae proving that today, showing how well they've done here. Same time, sadly, as Case Bull. So that means that we're not getting a gap towards these sprinters. That means maybe we didn't make it too difficult or not difficult enough to really break them off. But Paul Fietzke now number one here in this tour, probably thanks to the bonus seconds that he's gotten. Caleb Ewan probably 10 seconds ahead of Paul Fietzke. Now on to the same time as Paul Fietzke, as Paul got across the line here as first, gaining 10 additional bonus seconds. Han Jun-jae also as fourth. Paul Fietzke, thanks to his victory here today, getting 7 additional mountain points as well. Currently the best climber in this classification. Not entirely correct, I would say. He didn't really get those mountain points based on his earlier work, but I'll take it as a victor of this second stage. Case Bull still in the points jersey, winning the previous one, and probably getting some in-between sprint points as well. Not that relevant for us. Paul Fietzke in third position here in this points classification. Young Riders classification, we have the top 3 right there. Very important for us to do well in the Young Riders classification as well, as it does bring in a bit of money here for our team. No additional points, obviously, or anything for that. But hey, it's cool to see our riders here on the top stage, or the top step of the podium in the Young Riders classification. And we are currently 4th in the team classification as well. I'm sure that we can improve in that, but you know, let's first be happy with the victory again by Paul Fietzke, winner of the Volta NXT Classic and now also winner of the second stage of the Tour of Hainan. Jae-Won-jun, second place here in the Tour of Hainan as well. Really good result. The rest of our team getting across the line here is 9th and 10th actually, so that's pretty decent from our team. Jae-Won-jun moving up 55 places. What a result here by him. Those bonus seconds helping out so incredibly much. Caleb Ewan and Case Bull now currently behind Fietzke. Caleb Ewan, obviously, as you saw there, same time as Fietzke. Case Bull 4 seconds behind now, thanks to the bonus seconds of Fietzke. And Case not getting any bonus seconds in this stage as well. So all we need to do is just extend that lead and make sure that it's safe for these last 2 stages, which will be incredibly difficult. I'm sure that Caleb Ewan and Case Bull will do everything in their power to make sure that they win in this race and in this tour. This is such a good tour for them, and they've been doing so incredibly well here, dominating that first sprint in the first stage. But Fietzke Paul here dominating the second stage here, getting across the line as first. Jae-Won-jun also moving up 31 places in the Young Riders classification. They both made an enormous step forward, getting across the line here as first and second. A great job here by our team. Let's see if we can keep that up here in this third stage. Another very hilly stage, to be honest, but a flat section here towards the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. It's an undulating route, so it will be a tactical race. The race will take place in beautiful sunny conditions.
At least we'll have some more sunny conditions, which is always beneficial for us. I want to send out Jae-Won-jun here to try and get some mountain points here, maybe get some bonus seconds. Maybe I should have saved him for the final approach, but again, he is not much of a sprinter. So saving him for the final probably is not too big of a, or not too good of an idea, to be honest. I'm sending him out here, trying to get some mountain points here for him. Trying to get that mountain jersey here in this tour is probably the better bet. In the meantime, we'll defend Paul Fietzke and we'll defend Van Strijtem, as they are 2 sprinters at this moment, and yeah, make sure that they do well. In this first in-between mountain points, you see here a big attack here by all our riders. Jae-Won-jun getting across the line here as third. Not exactly the result that we wanted here for him, but you know, that means that I am not doing much here in this breakaway. We do have quite a lead, 4.5 minutes at the moment. But yeah, if they really want these points, then they can have these points, and I'm not going to do a whole lot. Jae-won-jun faking out these riders here with the request for water. You thought he was going to get water. He wasn't. He was actually just faking you guys out to sprint, but sprinting a bit too early. Lee, on the other hand, losing energy towards the end, and Jae-won-jun getting across the line here as second, I think, I hope. Ooh, it would be a good amount of points here. Yeah, second place here for Jae-won-jun. Great result here for him, getting an additional bunch of points. I think a good amount here. I get surprised here towards this third in-between mountain point. The other two riders basically break away, and that also means the end for me. If they surprise me and they want to take me out here in this tour, then that is what it is. They can have these points, and I will focus towards this last mountain point here. As you can see here, we're more moving there. The breakaway just caught up. So they were ahead for quite a while. Van Strijtem, Kim Sung-bum, Carpentier, all absolutely exhausted. Jae-won-jun now with 1 kilometer to go up front, really pushing, trying to break apart the peloton. You see a bit of a group already broken off. Maybe we can, you know, hurt Caleb Ewan or Case Bull here in this last mountain area. Jae-won-jun getting across the line here is first, making sure that he secures the mountain jersey at least for the next stage. And now it is a downhill section for quite a bit. I wish I broke up the peloton a bit more in this downhill section. There is no chance for us to really get away. You see me on the attack here, trying to do as much as possible, but yeah, there's not much of a chance here for us to really get away. 10 kilometers left to go. We are all the way up front. I'm trying to see what we can do here with our team. We are quite exhausted. I don't know if I can manage to get our team all the way up front. You see there, the peloton is splintering here and there. But yeah, Jae-won-jun here up front will try to be the lead out, I guess, for Fietzke. We have 8 kilometers to go. That means about 4 kilometers downhill, I would say. You see me trying to position everyone else behind Fietzke, just trying to make sure that the rest of our team tries to get there towards the front. But again, peloton splintering, group of 32 riders remaining now, including the yellow jersey, which means us. And Case Bull, sadly, or yeah, no, it has to be Case Bull because the green jersey is in there, and Case Bull is the leader in the points classification at this moment. The rest of our riders are on their own. I am going to focus on Jae-won-jun. 3 kilometers remaining, or 2 kilometers remaining. I need to do a big lead out and a big sprint. Fietzke here with 1 kilometer to go sprints away. Can he stay in front of the other riders? It seems to be the case. The other riders don't have the energy to pass him, or do they? Will he get passed here by the Spanish rider here in the end? Yes, he does. Sadly losing out towards the Spanish rider. But look at that. We have a gap here towards the green jersey. That means that we are gaining on Case Bull and Caleb Ewan. Here are the results of today's stage. A second place here by Fietzke. 11 seconds here towards the second group, towards Jae-won-jun. I very hardly disagree with this. I think they came across the line here a bit later. But yeah, getting some time here on Case Bull. Case Bull moving down to 21 seconds of a gap. Caleb Ewan also around the 17-second mark. Let's double check here. 17-second gap here between Caleb Ewan, and we have Gonzalez and Kudus in second and third place here. I don't think those are the riders I need to be afraid of. I think Caleb Ewan and Case Bull with these last 2 stages are the more serious threat. So for those 2 riders, we'll need to make sure that we can stay ahead of them, protect Fietzke, and see if we can do something else here with Jae-won-jun. Sadly, Jae-won-jun moving down to 6th position in this general classification. However, he moved up 4 places to get the mountain jersey. Is that trade-off worth it? I think so. I think we're getting more out of this 6th position, or this number 1 position here in the mountain jersey. On to the 4th stage, which is a very flat stage with a lot more mountain points to get, so I'll need to send out Jae-won-jun to protect his mountain jersey and prepare Fietzke for a final sprint.
Hello and welcome. Today's terrain is fairly level, so it's ideal ground for those who are good on the flat. It is under a bright sun that today's race will be run.
And we do love some bright sun, except for Fietzke apparently, who is a -2 statistics today. Standing out J1 June, of course, because there are mountain points up for grabs. We are first in this mountain point classification, and we want to stay first in this mountain point classification. So I will definitely join this group along on the hunt for mountain points. You see here a pretty decent breakaway in the end. 6 people here with a 30-second gap. In the meantime, we'll protect Fietzke, and we'll try to protect Van Strijtem as well, so we can have a good sprint here in the end. Less than a kilometer to go, big attack here by Jae Honjun, and he gets across the line here as first. A very important first place here in the mountain points. 40 mountain points currently, 15 ahead of second place. That means that we are pretty safe here towards, I guess, the final ends of this tour. But the more that we get, the better, the safer we are. Again, 1 kilometer left to go. Jae Honjun putting the squeeze here on these other riders. He has incredible statistics today. His mountain prowess is really well. A big attack here by Jae Honjun. Get across the line here as first again. Yes, he can. The other riders losing their energy, draining too quickly. And Jae Honjun getting across the line here as first very, very easily, extending his lead even more. Fantastic job here by Jae Honjun. In the meantime, our riders are just trying to get across these mountains as well as possible. You see here the yellow bar on the other riders also slowly but surely going down. But yeah, what matters for us here is Jae Honjun at the moment. Another big attack here in the mountain area, and another very, very easy victory here for Jae Honjun. Great job here by him. 3 times first place in these in-between mountain points. Now we need to make sure that we get across the line here at a decent position, try to protect his 6th spot here in the general classification. But for sure, this will be a mass sprint here towards the end. 10 kilometers left to go. Hong here now up front. Kim Hyun-sok already did his first lead-out pull. Time for Hong to move as well. Hong and Kim Hyun-sok sadly also not the best statistics today. You see that kind of across the board. The only one that has good statistics are Jae Honjun and Matthijs. So I'm hoping that they will, you know, put a good performance here towards the end. Make sure that we have a good lead out. Don't lose too many time or too many seconds on Kees Bol and Caleb Ewan. Maybe even winning a stage or getting a podium with Fietzke. That would be ideal. Make sure that we gain a couple of seconds as well. If Fietzke at some point loses at least 1 second, we will not be able to defend our yellow jersey, and that is our goal of today. 2 kilometers left to go. A bit of a downhill section here, actually. Big sprint here by Jae Honjun. Big lead out here. Van Strijtem now leading out for Fietzke. Fietzke doing a big sprint here, trying to get towards the line. Is a 3rd place here in the cards for us? No, it doesn't seem to look like it. Ooh, Kees Bol.
It's a superb sprint win for Bol.
There we go, Kees Bol winning this 4th stage in the Tour of Hainan. Paul Fietzke gets across the line here as 6th. Where's Caleb Ewan? In 10th position. Ooh, he is one of our main competitors here for the yellow jersey, so him getting across the line here as 10th actually is pretty good for us. That means that there are no bonus seconds here for Caleb Ewan. 10 bonus seconds, however, for Kees Bol. Kees Bol moving up 2 positions now. 11 seconds here off Fietzke Paul. If Kees Bol wins the next stage, which seems likely to be honest, we are 1 second ahead of Kees Bol. Will win this tour with 1 second. Is this possible for us? Will we be able to do it? It will be a very tricky scenario for us. We'll just need to make sure to defend Fietzke Paul, make sure that nothing bad happens to him, and then we should be able to win this tour. In the meantime, Jae Honjun, number 1 in the mountain classification. A fantastic job here by Jae Honjun, getting across the line here with a ton of mountain points. Still 6th in the general classification as well. Whew. Great job here by our riders. Fietzke Paul, currently number 1 in the general classification. We'll just need to make sure we defend this and maybe even extend our lead on Kees Bol. That would be ideal. 1 second ahead, or 11 seconds ahead of Kees Bol. Even with a victory, we would be 1 second ahead. So let's see what we can do.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. The profile of this race is quite flat. Expect a fast pace from the peloton. We should have sun along the whole length of the route.
Ooh, you see here now towards the end, Jae Hwan-jun not in the best condition. He does have incredible stats today, even for having a poor condition, and there are mountain points up for grabs here. In the end, maybe this wasn't the best decision to do. We already have secured our mountain jersey. However, there are also bonus seconds up ahead, and maybe with 19 seconds towards Fietzke, maybe we can actually move up a couple of positions if we gain some bonus seconds here with Jae Hwan-jun. So it's worth it to send him out, worth it to maybe get some additional bonus seconds. In the meantime, Van Strijtem +3 statistics here today, and Fietzke being quite neutral will defend those two riders, and we'll see what we can do there with them towards the end. Here now in this first in-between mountain point, 1.1 kilometers remaining. Jae Hwan-jun, the best mountain climber here in this group. Big attack here now towards the end, making sure that he secures these mountain points as well. Incredible job here by Jae Hwan-jun, getting some water, of course. Currently a 40-point lead towards the number 2. Jae Hwan-jun, by far the best climber here in this tour, really deserving of these in-between mountain points and the mountain jersey. Now up to the first in-between sprint point, Jae Hwan-jun also getting across line there as first as well. He seems to be the dominant factor here in this group. Maybe we can stay away here. We do have a 2-minute lead up on the peloton. I don't think we'll make it all the way towards the end, but we will make it here towards these final sections of the mountain points and the in-between sprint points, which are important for us. The mountain points not as much anymore. We have a 40-point lead, but these in-between seconds can mean really a lot for us. A big sprint here again by Jae Hwan-jun, and it gets across the line here again as first. That is 6 additional bonus seconds here for us today. Also his points moving up all the way to 35. So currently in 4th in the points classification. That's not too big of a deal for us, to be honest, but you know, the seconds are great. On towards the last 10 kilometers, we caught up with the breakaway. Jae Hwan-jun looks quite exhausted. This is the result of that sickness. Sadly, not feeling too great. His stamina also basically plummeted here now for him. So he's struggling here in these last 10 kilometers. I do want him to be part of this lead-out train. Maybe we can do something with Fietzke. We need to protect him either way if we want to have this general classification victory here in the Tour of Hainan. But his energy the energy of Jae Hwan-jun, plummeting here in this final sector. I don't know if he'll make it towards the end. He'll have such a tough time. You see him dropping through the group immediately. Jae Hwan-jun just survived towards the end, my guy. 3 kilometers remaining. We only have Van Strijtem left in our lead-out train. Not the best here for us today, but he does have incredible stats. Maybe we can achieve something miraculous here with him. 2 kilometers, a big sprint here with Van Strijtem. 1 kilometer left to go. The energy is quickly fading here for Fietzke, and he does a big sprint. Kees Bol here with an amazing sprint here towards the end as well, reaching towards the end, but getting across the line here as second. No additional 10 bonus seconds for Kees Bol. That means that we defend our jersey. Jae Hwan-jun, a big gap towards the peloton. That's so sad. That's such a poor result here for Jae Hwan-jun. The condition here of his injury or his sickness sadly ruining his GC ambitions here. But at least he's gotten first place in the climber's jersey. Kees Bol first in the points jersey. Paul Fietzke first place in the young riders classification and the general classification. And that means that we've set an incredible result here today in this 2.0 race. The 2.1 race that we did earlier, not the best result. The 2.0 race that we did today, incredible result. Fantastic job here by Fietzke. Jae Hwan-jun losing 25 positions here towards the end, from a 6th place all the way to a 31st place. Not his race. I was hoping for him to move up with those in-between seconds, but sadly his sickness not, showing that he was a bit weak here towards the end and losing those positions. Kees Bol, 3rd place here for him. Fietzke barely surviving here with a 2-second lead towards the second rider and a 5-second lead here towards Kees Bol. If we did it slightly worse in any of the other stages, we would have definitely not gotten first here. On towards the victory and points overview. We currently have 1700 points, which is really a lot, but the Volta NXT and the Tour of Hainan gave us a ton of points. Fietzke also now in second position here in the overall ranking, in second place with 3 wins, basically I would say almost tying here with Christoph Krol. If he didn't have as much wins here in 1.2 races, or if in X.2 races, Fietzke would be way ahead, but you know, currently tied here in these X.1 race results. Great job here by our riders today. Would have expected a bit better here in the 2.1 race that we did a bit earlier, but you know, I'm still very happy with the results that we did, and hoping to do even better in the next episode. That's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed these very difficult but very intense and fun races. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Cheerio!